Good evening, everybody. So today I wanted to talk about a topic that it's not really talked about. I had this patient who came to me today. She's been struggling with weight for years. And she pinpointed that her problem started when she was put on Lexapro, an antidepressant. She was dealing with depression and anxiety. And the doctors, obviously, when you go see a medical doctor, put you on antidepressant. So she was put on Lexapro, and within 2 months, she gained 60, 70 pounds. Ridiculous. Went back to the doctor and explained to him that, man, I cannot do Lexapro. It's messing up with me. And the doctor obviously said that's not possible. It's a coincidence. Lexapro doesn't do that, and so on and so on. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this because this is something that I see all the time. That women mostly are put on antidepressants like Lexapro, Cymbalta, Zoloft, and so on, and they start having weight problems and hormonal changes, hormonal imbalances, and it's really common. And these medications actually can really mess up with your hormones, and this is what I wanted to talk about a bit tonight. So there's two aspects to this question we need to address. One is the HPA axis. This is what we can see on the screen. So HPA stands for hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal cortex, adrenal glands, HPA. So this is one of the major axes that regulates the hormonal system in the body. Okay, as we can see, the hypothalamus produces this hormone, CRH, which talk to the pituitary, and then which talk to the adrenal glands. And then we have a negative feedback that goes back to the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. So meaning that when your body makes stress hormones, it tells your brain to stop making hormones. So it's an auto regulation of the hormonal system. So to make sure that your hormonal system doesn't go overdrive and goes crazy and having all kind of hormones. So these medications mess up with this axis. Before moving forward, I wanted to talk about the other axis that is not talked about, which is the hypothalamus thyroid, hypothalamus pituitary thyroid axis, the HPT axis. Okay, there's two main axes in the body, the HPA and the HPT. So the concept is more or less the same. So the hypothalamus again talk to the pituitary gland, which talk to the thyroid, and the thyroid talks back to the brain to have these auto regulations. So as we can see on this graph, so we have these two different axes, and they talk to each other as well. So your adrenals talks to your thyroid, for example. Okay, and the pituitary gland can talk to your thyroid as well, and so on. So it's all interconnected. And what happened is these medications mess up with these two axes, and they mess up mostly with the hypothalamus and thyroid axis. You may not know this, but those medications are fluoride or chlorine based. Okay, most of them actually contain fluoride. Prozac, for example. Okay, some of them like Lexapro contain chlorine. So chlorine, fluoride, what happened is mess up with your pineal gland, your hypothalamus, and your thyroid. We know that the thyroid is a magnet for allergens. So allergens are elements that contain bromide, fluoride, chlorine. So when your body is exposed to fluoride, for example, through water or medication in this case, the fluoride goes straight to your thyroid, shutting down your thyroid, which affect the negative feedback loop to the brain. So your brain doesn't realize that your thyroid is affected, and your brain just keep making hormone and hormone. So your brain goes crazy. So those meds, like I said, which contain fluoride and chlorine, mess up with your thyroid, mess up with your hypothalamus, which affects the two axes. On top of that, fluoride goes to your pineal gland. So the pineal gland is involved in regulating the nervous system. So your pineal gland talks to your hypothalamus and to your nerves. So when your pineal gland shuts down, it affects your whole hormonal system. So people don't sleep, they might be depressed, anxious, and so on. So yes, your medical doctors may not tell you or may not believe that those medications would cause weight gain. But by affecting the HPA and HPT axis, those medications can actually cause weight gain because your body is in that state of hypothyroidism. So your thyroid shuts down and your hypothalamus in the pituitary gland keeps making hormones to try to get the thyroid to work harder and better. So you may have high TSH, for example, which is a sign that your pituitary gland is working over time. So you have hypothyroidism. So when that happens, it also affects your adrenal glands. So your stress hormone in the body may go higher. And when your body is stressed, one of the consequences of it is you actually gain weight. You have this inflammation in the body, water retention, and so on. So if you're dealing with depression, or if you're put on those antidepressants, long term, you really have to reconsider this avenue. There's reasons why people feel depressed, why you are dealing with depression, for example. It could be as simple as a lack of magnesium, a lack of zinc, a lack of fish oil. We know today that depression is an inflammation issue. Fix the inflammation, depression goes away. Using these meds, it's a band-aid. It's not the solution. We need to address the root cause, fix the gut, change the diet, address the inflammation, address the deficiencies, get rid of candida, get rid of toxins, and the body get better and you don't have depression, and then you don't need those antidepressants. So I hope it makes sense. So yes, there is something true behind this fact that I see all the time in the office. People are frustrated, they gain weight, even though they may not eat, they go to the gym, they eat so clean. Doesn't make sense. So we need to reconnect these different pathways so your body is back to normal and you lose weight. So this is what I wanted to say about antidepressants. If you have any questions, you can let me know. You can write a comment below. Thank you for watching. God bless you.